Tarek Mansour is the co-founder and CEO of Kalshi, with us here on the Hill. Tarek, thanks for being with us. Your company is fascinating. I appreciate the time.
Well, thanks a lot for having me. Pretty excited to be here.
Of course. So you guys are in the news. New Jersey came after you today, for example, with a cease and desist order. The CFTC is holding a roundtable on prediction markets in the upcoming months. I wonder, Tarek, where all of this is headed, and at the federal level, what do you think happens with prediction markets like Kalshi?
Yeah, I mean, look, I think the way to answer that question is to look at the company's history. So Kalshi is the largest prediction market in the world today. We've scaled astronomically after we won our legal battle against the CFTC in November,
right.
And legalized election trading for the first time in 100 years. But if you look at the history of the company, our approach has always been regulated, trust, and credible first. So we spent 3 years before we launched a single product getting regulated by the CFTC, by the federal government. And we chose to do that because as we were building this financial market, which has the potential to be one of the largest financial markets out there, we believed that having regulation, and we believe that building something that people can trust was actually critical. And that's our approach all the way to today, and that's what we're going to keep on doing.
What do you think you've hit on here, generally speaking, Tarek?
So I think it's very simple. I looked to start the company when I was spending time in Wall Street at Goldman Sachs and Citadel and other financial institutions. And what I saw is that what people really care about and have opinions about and what they're really worried about, they're not things like what is the price of this stock option or what is this, how do we price the swap? It was like, will Brexit happen? Will Donald Trump win the election? Will it rain tomorrow? And who's going to win the Oscars? Those are the things that people can relate to, and we want to build a financial market that is for everyone, not for a select elite few.
It's the CFT roundtable, if I misspoke there. I want to show one of the things on Kalshi, for example, right now. Obviously, one of the big stories here in Washington is actually Greenland, with the vice president going and the president talking about it today. Will the U.S. take control of any part of Greenland? And right now, it's about 31% on Kalshi. This is obviously a political topic, right? It involves the president of the United States, U.S. foreign policy. As I mentioned, billions were believed to be spent on the 2024 election. What do you think the ceiling is here? Because sports, wagering on sports and in casinos, that's a decades-old story, but now we're starting to get into the political arena here. I
mean, look, I think Kalshi is much beyond that. So we were a financial market. It's like a stock market, but you trade on politics, you trade on weather, climate, economics, sports, and so on. In the election, we saw billions traded on the election. I think this, since then, the exchange has been scaling and growing at an astronomical pace. It is the fastest-growing asset class in exchange in the U.S. today. So the ceiling, I think this can rival the stock market in 5 to 10 years. So
politics specifically, or
I think politics and Kalshi more broadly. But yeah, I think both are going to be very, very large. Think about it this way: you trade on the credit risk of the country or our interest. Why can't you trade on our political activity, which is one of the most important things that impacts everything? And the interest in that is at least as large as what interest rates look like. And interest rates are a multi-trillion-dollar market. I don't see why the political market would not be the same.
So you think it could get into the hundreds of billions, potentially?
Definitely in the hundreds of billions, potentially into the trillions.
Wow. So let me ask you this. Politics and elections, it's viewed as sort of sacrosanct, right? And anytime you bring betting, right, or money, gambling on something, there are concerns about, okay, maybe some bad can happen. What would you say to those who might say, you know what, I kind of want the money out of this side of the equation? Sports, whatever, but keep it out of this.
Look, I think people were saying that before we got approved by a federal court that saw that we were right on the law and that these manipulation concerns are not real. We ran the market for 3 weeks, and guess what? We got 500 million site visits on the day of the election. Do you know why? Because people were trusting these markets more than they trusted the news that was polarized, the polls that were obviously very, very polarized, and they were breaking. And the way I put it is this was the most credible, trusted source of truth, and the only one that actually.
So you think this is the pulse of the American electorate?
I mean, 100%, because people are putting skin in the game behind their opinions in a way that they don't in polls. That's why polls are being manipulated and they're biased. So that's the really only source of truth. These things are actually enhanced our democracy and enhanced perception of democracy, because that's what people were trusting when it came to the election, and they were right. They were actually accurate. So all these claims, the evidence is against them. And I would say, look, money is already in politics. There's billions of dollars that were spent on the last 2 campaigns.
Yeah.
This is pretty negligible when it compares to that.
So let me ask you, will the U.S. take control of any part of Greenland? No, you don't have to answer that. You don't have to give me your opinion.
I let
here.
the market, I let the market decide.
Thank you for watching, and make sure you go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.